The following review is going to be on Transformers collaborated with Monster Hunter. It's Rathalos Prime. Stay tuned. Rodimusbill here, and today we're going to do another collaborative. This time it's Takara Tomi's Transformers collaborated with Monster Hunter Rathalos Prime. All right, first take a look at the box. Authentic Takara Tomy product as sold in Japan. It's got the Hasbro Takara Tomy label on it. Nothing else to see here. And then here's the UPC. And then when you open it up, you get this other box. Synergenics Lioaeus Prime 20th Monster Hunter 20th anniversary. Whoops. Here we go. Cool picture of him in the robot mode, in his dragon mode, T-Spark, I think that's what it is. Whole bunch of Chinese or Japanese writing. More Transformers, Monster Hunter 20th anniversary, Lioaeua Prime, Monster Hunter, Transformers, all those good stuff. And then this is just, when you open this up, I already have to figure out. It comes with cardboard. That's not a big deal. And wait till I show you the instruction booklet. All right, we're going to have to back out for this. All right, here's the instruction booklet. So he comes packed in robot mode or in dragon mode. So you got 1 through there's 28 on the front, and then you turn it over, and it ends at like 37. And then you have something to do with the wings spread out, which is 5 steps. And then you got him with the sword and shield, which is 6 more steps. And then you got the shield and the sword combined. And then you got, let's see, then you got other ones. And then you got his wing design. Put the matrix back here. So then that's how you hold the matrix. So he's got a lot of instructions for just, I don't know what, but he's got a lot of instructions. And of course, they're all in Japanese. All right, now we're going to look at the accessories first. Okay, so this is very similar to the Air Razor and Pterosaur, where Air Razor had missiles, so now you got pieces of the skeleton. They're red and black. And then you got a cool looking sword. And then you have a shield, which opens up like that. And then if you want, you can combine, you spread that open, you can combine the shield. There, so that's like a sword, or you can use this as a sword and these. Now, here is Rathalos Prime or Liolaeus Prime. I'm not really sure. And let me tell you, these wings really do go up high. And he's just a very heavy remold of the, like I said, the Air Razor, but he's a nice very heavy, a lot of plastic. There's a few things have changed, but basically it's the same. But let's see, you got that face, and then you could open up the mouth, which is pretty cool. There's that face. You got the blue eye, you get the black, the red, and the beige. And then you got the spike down the tail. You got all this cool sketching on the wings. So he's very beefy. Here's, you got the big shoulders right here, the feet. And what you can do is, just like Air Razor, these will go right on the back of the legs, like that. And this other one will go on the back of the legs. And what you can do is you can take the tail right here. All right, so it's got a peg here and a peg here. I believe you put the peg here. No. There. So you want it going down here, so the arrow points that way. And then what you can do is you just put the 5mm port there. What you want to do is you just stick that in there. And that completes, now you got a spiky tail. So, very, very cool. I know nothing about this figure, but all I know is he's a dragon, and like this little piece on the knee is added. So there's a few extra stuff, but still, I always like this mold anyway. But yeah, he's a prime. He's Rathalos Prime or Liolaeus Prime, whichever, but we're going to call it Rathalos Prime. That's what the box says. All right. Now, I don't have that many things to compare with it because, in case you've been following my channel, I had flooded during last year's Hurricane Elaine, and I was gone for 10 months, and I finally moved back into the house. But all my bookcases, all my shelving got destroyed, and everything is still in totes. So everything's boxed up, and I have no idea where to look, where they'd be. I was in a rush to get out, and everything got thrown in totes. But so comparisons, we're going to do with a few of the figures I have. But for articulation, the wing moves this way, and you've got double joint. So you got a double joint the wing there and here. And then you got this right here, and then this folds in like that, okay? So the other one, again, this folds in. This becomes like a cape. You got the double jointed wing there. You got the legs. You do peg these in, but if you want, you can move the legs like that. The knee, you can move this a little like that, and the feet rotate. So you can get them in some good poses. And the head, you got down that far. The head's on a nice joint like that. And again, you got a little movement. His head just moves a little back and forth, but you can open it up. So that is Rathalos Prime in his dragon mode. And he's cool. I mean, I love the spikes there, the spikes here, the spikes here. Kind of reminds me of How to Train a Dragon. But, yeah, for something I never heard of, he's pretty neat. Let's do some comparisons and transform them. All right, our first comparison, we're going to bring in Commander Class Optimus Prime. So this would be like a deluxe, almost Voyager size. So that would be those two guys. Then we're going to bring in DevCon again, just to show you. That's a small deluxe. And then we've got, I like Swoop because, I mean, they kept the same designs like that in the wings, how they move. They kept this like that. So that's bird to bird or dragon to dinosaur. I mean, Swoop's a big boy, though. I mean, this is a really big comparison. So that is how those two guys are. And we love our flying dinosaurs, that's for sure. All right, now we can transform him. Okay, now to transform him first, we got to remove the tail. The sword and the tail we'll put to the side. And we come back here and take these little gauntlets off the back of his legs, similar to what we did with Air Razor. All right, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the whole top of the body and we're going to lift it up like that. And we got the matrix ready back there. So now let's start on the legs. So we're going to unpeg the legs, bring this down, rotate at the knee, rotate at the foot, and bring this little section of the knee over, okay? Now that's a new piece. Other leg, we're gonna untab it here, bring this down, rotate it at the knee, rotate it at the foot, swing this section on the knee back, and then I'm gonna rotate it at the waist. A little clearance issue, and now the feet are all done. That's how his feet stay. All right. So now we're going to pull the arms out. Okay. Straighten the arm out, rotate it, and then move that up. Okay, so straighten the arm out, rotate it so you have that proper elbow bend, and move this up like that. Come back here, take the face and flip it up. Now what you want to do is see the hole in the neck? You have a little peg there. So if you want, let's take the matrix out now. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to put that neck in there. Okay. And then what you want to do is just get the arms up out of the way. Okay, now you want to double do that. So we got once and twice and fold these in. See? So again, you want to fold it once and twice on this little hinge. And then you can just move these out to the front like that. Put the arms down. Now, we can take these pieces and they go back on the arms, similar to Air Razor. Okay, those little arm gauntlets. We want to put these on his arms, like so. And then his matrix, we'll just put in one hand for now. And then the sword and this, if you want to combine these, what you want to do is split it like that, put the sword in that, and then you can hold this. Whoop. All right, and there is Rathalos Prime transformed into his robot self. Now, as we're taking a look at the directions, they tell you at one point you can have him with his legs spread. So if you want, you can just do this. Like I said, I don't know anything about this guy. So if you want, you can have his wings spread like that. But for right now, we're just going to go back to this configuration. And then if we want to hold the matrix in both hands, he can wield the power of the matrix. Now he's very back heavy, so what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to finagle with him a little like that. And now, normally on the main general line, they tell you how you can store everything on him. But, I mean, if you, and this comes apart. I don't know why these come apart. Let's see. Oh, like that. I guess what you could do is you could always... Can you put it back there the other way? No. Nope, you really can't do nothing with it. So, but I'm not sure how my kid's gonna have this displayed, but if you want him to hold everything, what you can do is, I usually put the matrix in one hand, like that. So, if you're going to display them in robot mode, you can just display them like this, and then you have nothing else. Close the mouth if you want. So that is what he looks like. Now for articulation, if you move this back, the head does go a 360, and it goes up and down a little. This whole neck piece moves. If you move the wing out, his arm will do a 360 degrees. He's got upper bicep rotation. You've got, well, you got 90 at the elbow and then 90 at the front of his arm, but he doesn't have wrist rotation. He's got 360 waist, part of the transformation. And if you lift this piece up, you can almost get it. Well, you can get him at 90 degrees. You can go back 90. You can go out to the side and do the full split. Again, you got the upper thigh rotation. You got knee rotation. He's got more than 90 at the knee. And then these are pretty flexible. They're a ball joint. You go up, down, side, side. And then again, everything's on the other side the same. Pretty cool figure. I mean, let's look at the face. You can tell almost similar to Optimus Prime. You got the blue, you got the mouthpiece. The silver's new. You still got the antenna, but the little black's new. You got some black like talons on his chest. You got the red and the silver. You got the blue, because he is red and blue. That's Optimus Prime. So you got the blue in the leg. You got the blue of the feet with the red and the black. You know, so pretty cool. And I guess he's almost like Crosshairs from the Bayverse. How he's got like a trench coat on. But now let's see. Let's look at the instruction booklet. Let's just look at it and see what we can find. See, that just has you putting the legs together. Take the matrix out. Over here is where you could have the wings spread out like that. Oh, and you could also move. There's a peg in the shield. So let's get to the shield again. One of the peg is movable. Oh, here we go. So this peg is movable. So if you want, you can make him hold the shield. Let's see. Like this. There you go. You can hold the shield up like that. You know, let's look at him on the back of the box. Nope, you just got the shield like that. Yep, the sword, and yeah. So basically, that's it. You got the two sword. You got the sword and the shield making one weapon. You got the matrix. Cool. So that is our. And then if you don't want the matrix, you can just stick the matrix. Let's see. Just move the arms up. Pull these out. And then there. So then there's that little tab right there. You can put the matrix back in there. Let's see. The matrix. You can put the matrix back in here. Right? Yeah. And then you could seal them up again. And then pull the arms again. I mean, his arms are going to be flayed out, but that's what it is. All right, and that is Rathalos Prime. Do we get everything on the instructions? I think we got everything. I mean, a lot of it's just redundancy on the instruction booklet, but and it's all in Japanese or Chinese or something. But it's pretty cool. I don't see no logos or insignias. But that might be an insignia, but I don't know what the monster hunter thing is. All right, now let's do some robot-to-robot comparisons. Alrighty, in our first robot-to-robot, we're going to bring in Swoop, our leader class Swoop. Now, I don't have any of my Air Razor molds. They're still boxed up, so. And then here is DevCon. So I still have a few of the figures I've got. And then we're going to do Commander Class Optimus Prime. So there is our Rathalos Prime compared with some robot modes. Now, one thing that I always do is I always reverse transform these figures because it's always easier one way and another way is usually harder. So remove the tail sword, remove the matrix, and remove the armor weapons for the arms. All right, so I'm going to lift the arms up. We're going to get these wings out of the way. unpeg it here, and let's just get that out of the way. I'm going to do the feet first. So what you want to do again is rotate the legs 180. Okay. Now, just like the other air razors, you got this peg is going to go in this hole like that. Actually, no, before that, we're going to rotate at the knees and rotate at the feet. Rotate at the knees, rotate at the feet. Now, we're going to put that peg in there like so. And in this guy, we got to flip the knee around. That's different. All the other ones don't have that extra knee part. So, do this, flip this around. And for some, oh, there it goes. All right. So now we got the knees done. Okay. So we're going to take the head and flip it back. And then the arms, what we're going to do is rotate them this way and rotate them this way. So, and then you're just going to put it like right there. We're just going to, for right now, put these like that. Okay? Then we're going to take this and move it forward to snap that in. And then the arms, we're just going to put inside the body like that. Pull the shoulders down. Also a little different from air razors. So you put the arm in, do the shoulder down. Okay. And then we're going to extend these wings. Extend these wings. Oh, you know what? I forgot. We're going to pull this up and we could put the matrix right back here where it belongs. All right, so we're going to hide the matrix. And then I'm going to snap that back up. And then the armor we're going to put here. Again, similar to the air razor. We're going to put these little weapons here. Okay, facing back. And then we're going to come to the tail. And then let's disconnect the sword from the tail. Put the tail together. Remember, we had it apart. Put it together. So you want to put this tab, I believe, snaps on to that. So we're going down, and then it faces out. And then this tab, we want the point for the tail, and then you got this little piece right here. No, so we're going to put this here. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not going to use this piece. We're going to use the 5mm port here. And then snap this in here. There. So that makes the tail. And then we can straighten up all these little wings, however you want them. We'll do it like that. We'll do it like that. We'll get the feet all sorted out. And that is our Rathalos Prime back in his dragon mode. We'll open up the mouth. And it's pretty cool. I wish I had my air razor or pterosaur mold to compare. But like I said, they're all boxed up in totes, and I have no idea which tote they're in. But as a remold, I mean, he's got a lot of weight to it. They definitely remolded the whole back. He's very heavy, and for somebody that I never even heard of, my son bought this himself off Big Bag Toy Store. So again, it's the Transformers collaborated with Monster Hunter. Now it says Rathalos Prime, but again, when you get the instructions, Liolaeus Prime. So I have no idea what that is, but just wanted to mention that again. All right, so that is it for this one. So like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to give a thanks, hit that little thanks button, contribute to the channel. You want to buy me a coffee, you can also click that button. Still haven't unpacked from the hurricane. I moved out, from the 9 months I was gone. But like I said, I haven't gotten a bookcase yet to put all my stuff in. So but I wanted to get this guy reviewed and out on YouTube. So like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't want any thanks or buy me a coffee, watch my channel. I got over 1,500 videos. And plenty on there. I've done everything from Transformers. We do DC and Marvel figures. I do Funko Pops, Legos. I've dabbed in Fortnite. I mean, just check out the channel. Check out my playlist. And we'll see you later. All right, Rodimusbill saying our first Monster Hunter. We're out.